Hey, good morning, everyone. Michael Fanning here, and this is Warm Up 217. And today, by the way, I got to tell you, I do not have my Revolution board because I rode my motorcycle yesterday to work, and I left my Revolution board at work, and it's not safe to ride a motorcycle with a Revolution board strapped to it. Just so you know. Anyway, so you'll see me get on it again on Monday, but I will jump on it this weekend. Anyways, so today I want to talk about reverse engineering processes. And you may say, what is that? What does that mean? So here's what that means is I want you to think about wherever you are today. So if I think about your health that you have today, you're committed to that level of health. Think about your income today, you're committed to that level of income. How many of you have sat down and mapped out your future situation, where you want to be in your future? So have you thought about what that person looks like? And then have you identified a goal? Just one goal. If you've ever heard of a keystone, right? If you look at an arch and there's that stone at the top, and they call it the keystone because all the other stones connect to that, and that's what holds everything up. And so if you have one arcing goal that just says, this is the most important goal for me right now to get me closer to my future self, it gives you focus. And then what you have to ask yourself is, are you measuring, right? Are you reverse engineering? So you say, here's the goal. So let's reverse engineer the process that's going to get me to that goal. And then are you tracking your results? Because here's what I'll tell you. When you track results, it increases motivation. But so many times, and we see this a lot, so many times what we do is we say, okay, this is what I want to go do. And then we kind of have a process, but it's not a great process. And then we don't track the results. And then a month later, 2 months later, 6 months later, we're like, we're not any closer to where we needed to be. Well, of course you're not, because you don't have any focus. Your motivation ebbs and flows drastically. So some days you're on, some days you're off. And you have not reverse engineered a process that is finite, that can move forward. So if you think about a goal, if you really think about, what's this one big goal that you're going to accomplish to get to your future self, there's three things you have to think about with that goal. Number one, it has to be definable. You have to be able to tell me what it is, right? You have to be able to describe it in detail. So for example, if you said to me, my goal is to get healthier. Okay, define healthier. Define healthier. What is that? Right? Is that a set weight? Is that a set physique? Is that, what is healthier? And then describe it to me. What does that look like? Have you written it down somewhere? Have you visualized it? Have you seen it in your head? I mean, it's so important if you think about those. And then the third piece to that, right, is you've got to measure. You've got to measure how you're doing and getting closer to that level of health. Or maybe it's your income. Okay, describe it to me. How much is that coming in every single month? How much is that by the end of the year? How much is that on a quarterly basis? What are you going to specifically do to get to that level of income? That's how goals work. And that's how you reverse engineer a process. So it starts with this. So here we are, it's Friday. Maybe this weekend what you do is you sit down, you get out a piece of paper, and you have great detail on who your future self is. What does that future self look like? What does that future self think about? What does that future self want to do? And then write all that down and then ask yourself, is the process that you're running today, right, and tomorrow and the next day, is that process giving you the benefit of becoming that future self, or is that process not doing that? And then once that's in there, I want you to start measuring. There's a reason why when we do coaching, we want to see scorecards, because if I see a scorecard, then it tells me that you're working the process that's going to get you to that end goal. If you're not doing the scorecard, then I don't know. We don't have a clue. It's like if you're trying to lose weight, right? And you never get on the scale. How do you know if you're having success? And then the reason why we don't get motivated, right? People say, well, I just didn't do it this week, is because how do we get motivation? We get motivation by having micro wins. How do we get micro wins? By measuring how we're doing. That's how it works. That's how it works. So I want you to think about that. I want you to think about this weekend. Who is your future self? What's that one big goal, the keystone goal that you're going to set up, you're going to do? Because guess what? Those big goals lead to smaller goals, right? Micro goals. And then reverse engineer your process. And then measure. Measure how are you doing with that process on any given day and any given week. And if you need to get an accountability partner, then get an accountability partner. If you need to get a coach, right? Figure that out. All right, everybody. Hey, make it a great day. Be awesome and help somebody and vote, right? You have a right to vote. Don't waste that right. Vote. All right. Talk to you later.